Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scout Size. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scout Size places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutsize.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game.
Welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Today is July the 4th. Significant date in your calendar if you're American, because it's American Independence Day. Significant date in your calendar if you're living here in the UK, because today a general election is going on. And by tomorrow, you never know, we could have a new Prime Minister. But more significant for me is that we could have a new player in at Arsenal, because things, as I said yesterday, hotting up in the transfer market, particularly around Riccardo Calafiori of Bologna. I've been speaking for days and days about the links, about how Arsenal are really, really interested in this player. I said yesterday it's hotting up. It is hot now. Every single outlet, every single media, outlet to do with Arsenal are speaking about these links to Riccardo Calafiori of Bologna, the centre-back who was the real sort of starring light for Italy in the Euros after they kind of tamely went out, but he was the standout player. He looks like he could be on his way to Arsenal, and very, very soon. Things moving quickly. One of the people reporting a lot on this yesterday was Fabrizio Romano, talking about how contacts have been made between the player and the players' representatives and Arsenal. It's all looking very, very positive. There's been reports that Arsenal are putting a bid for £40 million, but that bid has been knocked back. Bologna want £42.3 million. Probably more accurately is the story that's going out at the moment that Arsenal are preparing their bid to make Riccardo Calafiori an Arsenal player. The player is said to want the move. Initially, the place where he wanted to go was Juventus, but as I've said previously, Arsenal not prepared. Sorry, not Arsenal. We don't want to do the business. Bologna not prepared to do business with Juventus, not with a direct rival. They've already taken their manager in Thiago Motta. They don't want to sell to Juventus. That is off for Riccardo Calafiori. Then it's boiled down to Chelsea or Arsenal, and he has chosen Arsenal. He wants to come to Arsenal. He wants that move to happen, and it looks like Arsenal, once they get their bid in, will get their man, Riccardo Calafiori. Interesting yesterday on Talking Transfers, we were having a big discussion around where will he play? Is he coming in as a centre-back? Because we know he's a left-sided centre-back and he did brilliantly for Bologna last season in that position. He did brilliantly for Italy in that position. Or will he possibly play as a left-back? He's played half of his career as a left-back before moving into the centre-back position. He can play either of those positions. So is it a left-back he's going to be sort of coming in as, or is it going to be as a centre-back, or is it just another one of Mikel Arteta's players that can play anywhere across that back four? But it's starting to look like this deal is going to happen. One of the first big moves for Arsenal this summer. They've taken their time with this one, but of course we've known the Euros have been going on. That sort of slowed things down, but now things are moving apace and they want to get him in before the pre-season starts. And of course, that's starting very soon. 24th of this month, July, that is when the first pre-season game takes place in America against Bournemouth in LA. They would like to get Calafiori signed and sealed and in before that game takes place. So look out for this one. It's going to be what is going to be the fee. Bologna pushing for as big a fee as possible. Said to want about £42.3 million because they've got this sell-on clause. Yesterday I said it was 50%. There's a lot of reports today saying it's 40%. But either way, it's a big sell-on clause because half of that money has to go to his previous club, and that is FC Basel of Switzerland. They will get half of the fee. So it's moving apace, this. If anything breaks around it, we'll be bringing you up to date here on AFTV. But Riccardo Calafiori is starting to look like he will become an Arsenal player. Although, let's caution, I had this in the past with players like Mudryk and people like that, and then it didn't happen, but it's starting to look like he could be heading to Arsenal. Another player that Arsenal are very interested in is Mikel Merino. I've spoken about this one again several times on the show. This as well. Do not be surprised if Arsenal make a move for Merino once the Euros are over, or if Spain leave the Euros. They've got a very difficult game coming up next, Spain. Merino, of course, of Real Sociedad. He's with the Spanish squad. He's played a few games for them as well, mainly off of the bench for that Spanish team. A real box-to-box midfielder, has really been interested in Arsenal. Contract starting to run down, but they still want a lot of money for him, Sociedad. But Mikel Arteta is said to really like this player and very interested in bringing him in. This is another one to keep your eye on. Merino, again, left-sided player, left-sided sort of midfield player. Haven't really replaced Granit Xhaka since he's left. Remember, Havertz was sort of playing in that role. But it looks like Mikel Arteta has identified this guy really as that guy who could come in and really be that sort of player that plays on that left-handed side of the midfield. So Merino is one to look out for. And also, look out for this one. His teammate, Martin Zubimendi of Real Sociedad as well. In January, heavily linked with a move to Arsenal. As the previous transfer window, it hasn't happened. The defensive midfielder for Real Sociedad, but there are a lot of reports out there that Arsenal are still interested in signing him and could rekindle their chances of signing him after the Euros end. Things are starting to move and starting to hot up now. The Euros has really got in the way of things. Euros, Copa America got in the way of things, but lots of teams are out of that now. Arsenal now looking to make some decisive moves. And I think the real decisive thing is they want to get players in before those pre-season friendlies start. Zubimendi, another one. £52 million release clause. Will Arsenal activate it? Which one of those two from Real Sociedad are they going to get? Martin Zubimendi or Merino? Zubimendi in the past has really made it clear that he would like to stay at his boyhood club. Really happy there. But will he finally be tempted away if that release clause is activated? Let's keep an eye on that Zubimendi situation. Of course, if you want to get players coming in, some players have to leave. A player that could be on his way out is Nuno Tavares. Sky Sports reporting that Ajax are showing a big interest in the left back and would like to bring him over to the Netherlands. He's not really hit it off since he's been at Arsenal. He's at Arsenal now for 3 years. Bought in for around about £8 million 3 years ago. But it hasn't really happened for him. Spent the last 2 seasons away on loan. He's been a loan at Marseille, where he did all right. He was a loan at Nottingham Forest. But Arsenal now looking to move him on, looking to sell him this summer. Joined for around about £8 million. Arsenal trying to recoup the money that they spent on him. But Nuno Tavares does look like he will be on a move away from Arsenal. And as I said, Ajax showing a big interest in him. And remember, we've spoken previously about Chido Obi Martins. Now, this is the youth sensation at Arsenal who scored 32 goals last season. Now, a couple of clubs over in Germany, in Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund have shown a massive interest in him, would like to sign him. The problem Arsenal have had is that they still can't sign him to a full contract because of his age. He's still only 16, so it's a scholarship they need to offer him, then sign him up once he becomes 17. There was big sort of noise around the fact that he looks like he was heading to Bayern Munich. However, Arsenal have put a new proposal to him and are desperate to keep him. Mikel Arteta himself has got involved with this one and said, listen, Stay at Arsenal. You will eventually see, you know, first team football. There's going to be a pathway for you, but they do not want to lose this kid. Dortmund and Bayern still very, very interested, but Arsenal trying their hardest to keep hold of Obi Martins, and hopefully they can do that because, you know, you never know. It could be a new Saka there, right? You don't want to be letting players go like that for next to nothing. So those are the rumours today, but the big story is not the general election, Riccardo Calafiori. Could we soon be seeing him in an Arsenal shirt? The rumours are getting hotter and hotter every day. We will keep you up to date with anything that happens around him here on Transfer Daily or with our transfer updates. So do not miss a thing. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.